Are Ye Truly Free by James Russell Lowell, 1818 to 1891. Men, whose boast it is that ye come of fathers brave and free, if there breathe on earth a slave, are ye truly free and brave? Are ye not base slaves indeed, men unworthy to be freed, if ye do not feel the chain when it works a brother's pain? Women who shall one day bear sons to breathe God's bounteous air, if ye hear without a blush deeds to make the roused blood rush like red lava through your veins for your sisters now in chains, answer, are ye fit to be mothers of the brave and free? Is it true freedom but to break fetters for our own dear sake, and with leathern hearts forget that we owe mankind a debt? No, true freedom is to share all the chains our brothers wear, and with hand and heart to be earnest to make others free. They are slaves who fear to speak for the fallen and the weak. They are slaves who will not choose hatred, scoffing and abuse, rather than in silence shrink from the truth they needs must think. They are slaves who dare not be in the right with two or three. Okay, this is a poem by James Russell Lowell. He was an American. He came from Cambridge, Massachusetts. He went to Harvard University. He came from a very rich family. And let's see, he was a poet. He was part of the Romantic movement. He was one of the fireside poets, who were a group of New England poets that started to be rivals of the British poets, and they're called fireside poets because their poetry was generally suitable for families to read around the fire. Now, as I said, he went to Harvard University and also got a Harvard law degree. He was a poet, and later he became an ambassador, first ambassador to Spain and then ambassador to the Court of St. James, to the Great Britain. He was part of the movement to abolish slavery, and here this poem is telling people to effectively rise up and to fight against slavery, and he's saying that if you don't fight against slavery, are you really free? If you accept slavery for other people, if you don't do anything to try and stop it, then you are not free. That you can't call yourself a true American, and you've got to stand up to the evil of slavery and do something about it, because if you don't, then you can't stand by and let other men be slaves, other people be slaves. Men whose boast it is that ye come of fathers brave and free. Okay, so this comes from Land of the Brave, that you say that you are true Americans. You come from the land of the brave and free. But if there breathe on earth a slave, are ye truly free and brave? But if there are slaves on earth, then how can you call yourself free and brave? Are ye not base slaves indeed, men unworthy to be freed, if ye do not feel the pain, or feel the chain, when it works a brother's pain. So are you truly free? Aren't you just slaves as well? You're unworthy of freedom, because if you don't feel the chain that is chaining a brother, that is chaining other men, and you'll never be free while slavery exists, and when you don't stand up to it. And that was to men. Now this verse is to women. Women who shall one day bear sons to breathe God's bounteous air. So women of America, you are going to be the mothers of the next generation. If ye hear without a blush deeds to make the roused blood rush like red lava through your veins for your sisters now in chains. So he's saying that if the women don't blush at the thought of their sisters in chains, of slaves, if this doesn't make you want to make the blood rush like lava in your veins, it's a nice simile, like red lava through your veins, if this doesn't upset you greatly, if this doesn't rouse you, this is something that's got to rouse you. Answer: are ye fit to be mothers of the brave and free? So if you're not upset by the concept of slavery, are you fit? Are you suitable to be mothers for the land of the brave, the land of the free? Are you fit for that purpose? You've got to rise up and do something about it. Is true freedom but to break fetters for our own dear sake? So is real freedom to break fetters, chains, to break our own chains, and with leathern hearts forget that we owe mankind a debt? So leathern is talking about made of leather. So are we free if we break our own chains and then forget with unfeeling leather hearts that we are part of mankind, that we owe a debt to mankind, that no man is an island? No, true freedom is to share all the chains our brothers wear. So to be really be really free is where we are upset about the chains that anybody wears, and with hand and heart to be earnest to make others free. So if we want to be truly free, we've got to share other people's chains and make these people free. They are slaves who fear to speak for the fallen and the weak. So people who fear to speak out for the slaves that are left, these are slaves themselves. They are slaves who will not choose hatred, scoffing and abuse. Rather than in silence shrink from the truth, they needs must think. So if we fear to speak out for the weak, to speak out for people who are slaves, if we don't choose to be abused, to be scoffed at, to be hated, and shrink away and hide in silence from the truth, this is not something we should do. They are slaves who dare not be in the right with two or three. So the people who don't speak out, who are not brave enough to be in the small group of people who are speaking out and saying it's wrong, then these people are slaves. They are, if you speak out, you will be in the right. and perhaps you will only be with a small group of 2 or 3 people, but you are choosing to be free, and the people who don't speak out, these are also slaves. So, I think a very clear poem about slavery and how something must be done, that people must speak out, people must act to stop slavery, because if they don't, then they are slaves as well. So, Are Ye Truly Free by James Russell Lowell.